Hi folks, Pete here from Ashton's Cars, and today with a 2007 Audi A3. This is the 5-door A3, which in some generations they called it the Sportback, but I think by 2007 they dropped that Sportback name and it had just become the 5-door Audi A3. So this is a 1.6 litre special edition model. These cars were so popular back in the day, and I used to have a load of them come in a few years back from the Audi main dealer. We used to do a lot of underwriting for a main dealer where we essentially took all their part exchanges off them. And, sorry, very noisy bike there. And these used to be the backbone of what we sold, really, Audi A3s. This particular one's come on my radar because it had a low mileage on it. It's only done 79,000 miles. And it's got service history with it as well to back the mileage up, full service history. So you don't see too many of these around now that are in nice condition like this. Now, do not be fooled by the special edition tag. It's not a particularly high spec car, the special edition A3. It's below the SE and then the S line in the range. But you do still get air conditioning, albeit manual air conditioning. You do still get alloy wheels, albeit they are 16-inch wheels on this one, not the bigger 18s. And it is still that famous Audi build quality that these are famous for. The beauty of these special editions actually is that because they've got slightly smaller wheels and slightly higher sidewalls, they ride incredibly well. And also, because they're not the Boy Racer ES line edition, there tends to be a few of these around still that have been actually looked after by previous owners, like this one. So I'll take you around it and show you what it's got to offer you. There's a couple of little things that we're going to do to it, just to bring it up to sort of our standards, but it is quite a clean car, and you've seen it now literally as it's come into us. As I say, Audi A3s, because they were very popular, a lot of them have fallen into the wrong hands over the years, and it's hard to get hold of one that's, you know, a genuine clean car like this with history on it. The bodywork on this is incredibly good. I'll just too quickly sort of scan you down the side here. Look, the alloys are in pretty good nick as well, albeit they might not be the sort of the biggest and most expensive alloy they ever stuck on an A3, but they're actually quite a nice design. They're quite inoffensive, I think. Rear parking sensors come as standard though on this SE, which is quite nice to have, and that's obviously, it is all working. It's a bit of a bonus having it on a car like this. One thing that I have noticed and has absolutely perplexed me, and I don't know if anyone else has experienced this, is that these inner lights seem to have faded more than the outer ones. So at the minute I'm thinking I might just buy a new set of inner lights for it, because I don't know, it's just weird that they've sort of weathered a little bit where the outer ones haven't. So I don't know if it's a different sort of type of glass on them or something like that when they come from the factory, but well, we might just put a new set of inner lights. They're not going to be a lot of money. Other than that, it is very, very clean. There's a couple of little touch-ins on the door edges there. You can see that. But the paint itself, we haven't really polished it even. It's just had a quick wash off at the car washes has. And it looks pretty good, doesn't it? Quite a smart looking car. They are a nice car, these. They're the first A3 that had the big Audi grille on it, which has since become sort of a bit of a statement piece and has got even bigger on newer ones. And then this light design is quite a smart, modern looking thing as well. So they were, back in 2007, a bit ahead of the curve in terms of this sort of size of car. And because they were built properly, they have stood the test of time. If you're looking at these, the enemy normally is actually rust on these front arches. Always check the arches to make sure they're solid. This one's perfect. But you do sometimes find that they've got a bit of scabbiness by here. But yeah, ours is perfect, so that's good. Let's start off at the back and just show you what accommodation you get in this Audi A3. It's a really good sized boot, first off. It is a proper sort of 70-30 split fold seat on it. This is a 5-seater as well, so you have got five inertia seat belts in the car. I'll show you the back seat in just a second. But this boot is pretty colossal because you've got a good sort of size drop here. Proper spare wheel, well, space saver spare wheel at least there. along with the all important locking wheel nut. That's all present. That's good. So that's you know, that's quite a big space that is for a family. I would say bigger than a Ford Focus at the time, although someone might prove me wrong. I will put the exact size of the boot in the description of the car, which will be in the description of this video. So have a look at that if you're a nerd and you really want to know and compare. Let's have a look at the back. So the rear compartment, quite a good size. You can see the seat trim on this is certainly, you know, worn very lightly over its 15, no, more than that, 18 years? 18 years old this car is. Hard to believe, isn't it? I mean, that's testament to Audi build quality. You can see everything in here still looks really good. It has got electric windows, front and rear, this car has as well, and inertia seat belts for all seats, as well as Isofix on the 2 outer seats on this back row, which makes it very family friendly. Moving forwards, we have got a lovely cockpit, which actually still I think feels quite nice and modern today. Maybe I'm just a bit old-fashioned, but I really like these cars. I'm just going to desperately trying to find the keys. Right, I've got them. Let's go start it up and see what it sounds like. Everything in here has got a reassuring thud when you shut it. That's the other real beauty of this car. It does feel better built in many ways than a lot of new cars. That's probably more testament to some of the new cars and how poorly built they are than anything. But yeah, this one does feel really solid, I've got to be fair. So startup sequence. It's a normal key in this car. Just turn it and off she goes. We've got 2 of those, so there's 2 remote keys for this car. And as you can see there, hopefully, a warranted mileage of 79,000 miles. Very, very low for the age of the car. As I said, this car is 18 years old this year. So, you know, you don't need me to tell you that that's much lower than the average mileage. I'll give it a quick rev while we're looking at the instruments here. And they are very nice instruments in an Audi. These instruments were pretty much the standard for Audi right the way through, with the everything from these through to the TTs and the A4s had a very similar sort of clocks on them, and I like them. They're a nice plain and simple design. That's a 100 horsepower, 1.6 litre, normally aspirated engine there, guys. It does perform really well. It's quite smooth. Obviously, it's not going to set the world on fire, but it is ULEZ compliant, and it'll also do about 40 to the gallon, so that's pretty good. Other than that, we've got a nice centre display here with the Audi Chorus CD stereo system, which is quite a good system in fairness to it. And we've got manual air conditioning. Now, believe it or not, that air conditioning is blowing ice cold. It's freezing cold air coming out of there. It's really good. But that's impressive in itself when you consider the age of the car, because we haven't gassed this up. This has been part exchanged to a main dealer by the previous owner, and now we're just selling it more or less as it's come into us. So yeah, aircon that is ice cold, which I really, really love. Everything feels pretty solid in here. You haven't got obviously an abundance of equipment. It is a lower spec model, but what you have got works properly. Electric windows, 1, 2, 3, 4. Stereo, brilliant. Aircon, ice cold. Little coin tray. Still feels solid. No, the glove boxes sometimes fail on these, but not on this one. And even got a little switch in there. You can turn the passenger airbag off if you want to put a car seat in the front. I remember that was quite a good selling point on these back in the day. It's just a really good quality car, this. If you're not guided purely by the registration plate on your car, if you're not bothered about the fact that this is a 07 plate and that's now approaching 18 years old, it's probably one of the best family cars you can buy in this price range, really, because it's really well built. It's quite cheap to maintain because there's no turbos or you know, no hybrid system or anything like that to go wrong on this car. And you know, Audi did put them together really, really well. This one's very solid about the body, which is the only thing that normally lets them down. So, you know, I know mechanically this is just a very, very strong engine at 79,000 miles. well, it's obviously going to do that again, if not a little bit more than that, before it starts to get seriously worn. So a great car for someone who is looking for a reliable 5-door family car. Can't really say more than that or fairer than that about it. It's, I think, a great buy for someone, and if you're interested in it, you can get in touch with me on 07932 873 646, and I'm more than happy to arrange delivery of this car anywhere in the UK. Also take part exchange. If you've got an old car to put in, let us know and we will work something out for you. But thanks ever so much for watching. I really hope it's been of interest, and I hope that if it has, you've already subscribed. If not, hit the subscribe button now and you'll be kept up to date with the other cars that we've got coming in stock, other car buying adventures and trips that we do. And well, hit the notifications while you're at it, and then you'll be kept abreast of it all. So thanks for watching. Comment below and let us know your stories on Audi A3s, and especially, have you had that problem with these tail lights before? Because that's bugging me a little bit. But I will, it's an easy to fix, easy to sort, but I'm just wondering how and why. But yeah, let us know your thoughts on that. And well, thanks for watching Ashton's Cars. Have a great day wherever you are. Read the description for more details on this car and how to get hold of us, and we shall look forward to seeing you very, very soon. Goodbye for now.